Hello everyone, this is Sheshe coming to you today with a tutorial on how to make these cherry blossoms that I showed in my video earlier this week. I promised that I'd come back on for Friday Flowers and show you how to make them. So let's get started today. And to show you how I made these, you will need an embossing folder. Today's embossing folder comes from a company called Darice, and the name of this embossing folder is Cherry Blossom, and that's the item number 121867 if you're looking for it. You can find this at most craft stores like Joann's. It's relatively inexpensive. I believe I paid $1 for mine on sale. Sometimes you can find them for $2 on Amazon, or they're on sale at Joann's. So I put my cardstock inside. You can get about 6 full cherry blossoms from this folder. I'll emboss it and then I'll let you see for yourself how it comes out. So if you're concerned about messing up a lot of paper, you can just put some scraps in all the little cherry blossoms. I'm just going to show you how it looks when it embosses. So you'll need an embossing machine to do this. So, okay, that's how you emboss. When it comes out, I'll show you the cardstock. Now there is a full cherry blossom here. There's one, let's see, there's one right here, there's one here, there's one here, there's a little tiny one here. So you get about 6. So like I said, if you're concerned about wasting a lot of paper, which I'm not going to use this to cut out all the cherry blossoms, I'll just use this for like a background. I used a lot of scraps and just put like some of the scrap pieces in all the little places where the cherry blossoms were. And then I cut them out. So I'll show you what that looks like. I'm going to take my embossing machine away. So that's how you emboss, and you'll fussy cut the little cherry blossoms out. And when you do that, this is what they look like. So I'll show you really quickly how to fussy cut them out. You would just take your scissors and just cut around the edges like so, like that, really carefully, and just trim around the border like that. And you just go around the design until you completely get to the other side of the flower. Now the traditional cherry blossom is just one layer, but I did do a Google search and there are some Japanese cherry blossoms with multiple layers, so I really like that look. So I decided to do about 2 layers. So I looked to see what colors were the cherry blossoms. Some come in white, a pale pink, some a darker pink, lavender, blue, some pale blues. And the stamens of the cherry blossom were like a mustard color, like yellow. And they had like little red type beads. I call them beads. I don't know the proper name, but I try to give it that same look. So here I've cut out my cherry blossom flower like that. And this is what you get. So I have cut that out, and I have some markers. Now what I do first is I will color this in like a mustard yellow. I'm using distress markers, so I have mustard seed. And then what I will do is use the brush tip, and I'm going to zoom in so you can see where I'm coloring right here. Zoom out just a little bit. So I take these 3 stamens right here and color in yellow and then mustard seed like that. And then I will come back after I've colored my flower. Now you can leave this white if you like. Like that. Then I'll come back like after I've colored the whole flower, and then I'll give this some little dots right about here and right here and right here on all three of those little stamens. Like that. And that's what it looked like when I was looking at the flower. Okay, so after you've colored your flower, it's going to look something like this. I have a pale lavender, so I'm going to zoom out and then we're going to give it some shape. I have also cut some greenery, so I'm going to get out my embossing mat and have some embossing tools so you can see how to shape the flower. It's a really simple flower to put together once you've cut it out and you have the embossing tools. So I just flip the flower over and just give it just a little bit of shape. Now the traditional cherry blossom is flipped up. I kind of like it just a little bit flipped like that. And just give it a little bit of embossing in the middle. You'll need a little bit of glue. So I'm going to zoom out just a little bit more. Like that. Now I have cut out some green leaves for the cherry blossom to go on. And then you just put the two flowers together and offset the petals just slightly like that. It looks like that. Then I have like a little bit of bling to go in the middle. And I'll put my bling piece right in the center like that. Take my little tool and just help it go in the glue. Let that dry. Now this green, I have some dies that look like this that I got off of eBay. And I just cut out a lot of greenery. So I'm going to show you how I get my greenery pieces while my bling piece is drying. So what I do is I cut out my green pieces like this, and I color it with my distress marker called, it's a peel paint. And what I do is I take the brush part of the marker and I just give it some color on the leaves like that. Here, I'll zoom in just a little bit so you can see where I'm coloring. Okay, just give it some color around each leaf, and when you're done, your leaf should look like this. Okay, I'll bring back my embossing mat, and what I do next is I'll take my embossing tool and just give the leaves a little bit of shape. And I'll just go around each leaf like that. And it gives a little bit of shape. So then I'll come back with my flower, and actually I'll put a little bit of glue on the leaf because it's so thin. So I'm going to zoom out just a little bit, and then I'll place the flower on the leaf like that. And there is the flower. all nice and pretty. So I'm going to show you some examples of some flowers that I've done in different colors and different sizes. So I'm going to zoom in on all of them. Okay. Here is the medium size and here are the small sizes. And you can cluster them together on projects and show them on treat bags. I have an example one that I made for my daughter to put some treats in, and she gave it back to me because she didn't want to throw it away. So this is how it looks on a treat bag, all clustered together. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and you'll make some with some embossing folders. It's really easy. So that's just an idea. So I hope you'll join me next week with Friday Flowers. I will try this again with a different embossing folder. We're going to make daisies and some Gerber daisies. So I will try this again. So take care everyone and have a fabulous day.